Well, we've arrived at the end of another week, and I want to thank you if you've been watching the videos and if you haven't, go back and catch up and share them. I want them to be a blessing to you. I'm doing them to help you understand something about mission work, and so if it's helping, share it with other people. I want to help you. That is the only reason I want to add value to your life. That's the only reason I'm sharing these videos. So thank you so very much for watching. Subscribe and share them with some other people if you would. Well, yesterday I told you the story about bathing outside in the corner under a piece of tin in cold water. Well, I don't know exactly what year it was. I got invited to go to Iquitos. Now, Iquitos is in the jungles of Peru. Peru has the coast and the mountains, which I lived in the mountains at 8,000 feet above sea level. So you can get that in perspective. Denver's at 5,000, and they call that Mile High Stadium because it is. Well, just imagine at 8 to 9,000 feet, that's where we live. Beautiful, beautiful weather all year long because we're close to the equator and high up. Then there's the jungle. You cross the mountains and you drop into the jungles of Peru. On the one side, on the Pacific side of the mountains, you're in a desert because the cold water off the Pacific sucks up all the water, takes it up over the mountains and dumps it on the other side and forms the Amazon River. And I'll tell you, in Iquitos, the Amazon actually starts back in the state of Arequipa, but by the time you're in Iquitos, the river's a mile wide at least. It's amazing. I got invited to preach a camp for all the pastors in that state. And oh, what a privilege that was. I was outside preaching over 100 pastors and leaders and workers. I preached hours and hours every day. By the last day, I had lost my voice, but doing what I love doing, preaching the Bible, teaching people how to do something for Jesus. It was a time of my life. And I'm just telling you, you'll enjoy it. You ought to get involved in that. Well, the funny thing was on that, we were sleeping in cabins. There's no running water. I can't remember if there's electricity or not, to be honest with you. But I know there was no running water. And so when you wanted to go take a bath, I didn't know what we were going to do. And the temperature is amazingly hot. It is a hot, humid place like Georgia on the worst days, and that's the cool time. It is way over 100 degrees. The humidity, you honestly feel like you could cut it out in blocks. You feel like when you go to breathe, it just almost suffocates you. So the next morning, I guess it would have been Tuesday morning, we got up. And I noticed everybody getting their towel and their soap and their flip-flops. And I was like, where's everybody going? They said, we're going to go take a bath. And I said, okay. They said, come on. So here I go. I line up and I go with them down to take a bath in the river. Now, all the men are down there. And when you get down to the river, what you do is you strip down to your underwear. So all you got on is your whitey-tighties or whatever you're wearing. I think back then I was still in whitey-tighties. I know, too much information. And so you're down to your underwear, and then you just take and you get in the river, you dip water over you, you put shampoo in your hair, you bathe just like you normally would. You bathe under your underwear, and it's a refreshing and cool time. Water's cold, not because it's really cold, but because it's so hot. And then you step out of the river. And there's all these men that are at one time 10, 20, and 30 men at a time. And you step out of the river, and then you dry off, and you put some clothes on over all that, and you go back and you go about your day. And that's how I bathe in the Amazon River. In the Amazon River. I know you think, what in the world? Everything's an adventure if you want it to be. I just loved it. I loved getting out there and being with the people. I loved seeing what God was allowing me to do. I loved getting to talk to those men. Some of those men paid a price I have never in my life ever paid. They lost their family when they turned to Jesus. Some of those men literally barely ate and fed their families because they loved Jesus. So bathing in the river wasn't a big deal. Getting to be with those heroes of the faith. Oh my goodness. I have so many stories to tell you about them and what wonderful things God did. God bless you. Thank you for watching. why don't you give us a like, maybe share something you've seen if it's of any value to you. If I'm not adding value, I'm ready to quit. So I just want to add value, and I believe that world evangelism adds value to every one of us. God bless you.